Ramayana is the ancient Hindu epic written in Sanskrit by Maharishi Valmiki. It is also known as Adi Kavyam, that sings in the praise of Sri Ram, who is the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. There are more than 300 versions of Ramayana all over the world that began from India and spread throughout Asia and other continents. The study of Ramayana and its influence on different societies help us to understand how people lived and what they valued, as it is a major thread of culture, religion, history and literature for many. According to Santosh Desai, who was then assistant professor of Asian history and religion at St. John's University, New York, wrote in 1969, Ramayana traveled from India to Asia by 3 routes. Among them, the first is by land. The northern route took the story from Punjab and Kashmir into East Turkestan, Tibet and China. The second is by sea. The southern route carried the story from Gujarat and South India into Java, Sumatra and Malaysia. And the third is again by land. The eastern route delivered the story from Bengal into the mainland Southeast Asia. In this video, we'll discuss how Ramayana, the story of Rama, has shaped the socio-political landscape of Southeast Asia that reached here with Indian traders through old spice route. So before starting with the today's topic, Ramayana in Southeast Asia, Namaskar. I welcome you all to the Geopolitica. I am Akash. To those who are new to this channel, we have started with a series in which we are exploring different aspects of Indian influence in Southeast Asia. The link of the previous video will be in the pinned comment, so I'll request you all to watch that as well after this one. Thus, without any delay, let's start with the today's topic. The story of Rama not only formed the cultural bedrock of Southeast Asian society, but also gave by far the ancient textual description of this region. When Sugriva sent his army to the eastern direction in search of Sita, he described this region as Koshikarnam Bhumi, that means the land of silkworms. Sugriva has also noted the presence of cave and mines of silvers. He called this region as full of gold or Swarna Bhumi, which is surrounded by vast sea and high mountains. He called the people as Kiratas, who wear sharp and pointed gold crowns. He also described the people here as Narvyagraha, means who are as fearless as lions. वे यहाँ के विभिन्न द्वीपों का वर्णन भी करते हैं, where people eat raw fishes. आज भी दक्षिण पूर्व एशिया के कई देशों में रॉ फिश के कई व्यंजन मौजूद हैं. Although the Ramayana is the revered Hindu text, known for its core value of virtuousness, love, loyalty and unconditional devotion, has been equally embraced by the people of different faiths from Southeast Asia. The story of Rama is told and retold by them through different plays and performing arts. They have adopted basic plot of Valmiki's Ramayana and modify it according to the culture of their own community. Like in Indonesia, the popular Javanese version of Ramayana is called Kakawin Ramayana, which is based on Sanskrit poem Bhatti Kavya by Indian poet from Gujarat named Bhatti. However, the later part of the story is quite different from the Indian version, where indigenous Javanese guardian deity named Dhyana gained prominence along with the other characters of Ramayana. In the Valmiki's Ramayana, we get the reference of the Java island of Indonesia, which is referred as Yavdeep or island of Barley. It is also quite interesting that the Javanese monarchs named their capital as Yogyakarta on the lines of Rama's Ayodhya. The famous Prambanan temple complex of Yogyakarta has many engravings from Ramayana on its boundary walls of the pathway used to circumnavigate the temple. Every evening a Ramayana ballet named Purvisata is performed in the backyard of this temple, in which entire caste is Muslim. With the fall of the Hindu and Buddhist Majapahit Empire in the late 15th century and the rise of Islamic Demak Sultanate on the northern Java, led many Hindu courtiers, noble priests and artisans to take the refuge in the island of Bali. In the Muslim majority nation of Indonesia, Bali is the only last Hindu stronghold in the archipelagos. Bali का प्रसिद्ध कच्चक डांस एंड म्यूजिक ड्रामा रामायण की पटकथा पे आधारित है. In this, male performers make the noise of monkeys and show how Hanuman and Vanar Sena helped Rama in his battle against Ravana. The Balinese Hindu rituals are very elaborate. They use the story clothes called tabings for their household rituals. This regional folk art depicts many stories from Ramayana. They have also preserved old palm leaf manuscripts of Kakavan Ramayana. These stories are usually performed through the ancient shadow puppetry of Vyankulit. It is believed that this famous storytelling art were introduced by the Indian traders from Kalinga. आज भी उड़ीसा के क्षेत्रों में इस कला को रावण छाया के नाम से जाना जाता है। लगभग 15वीं शताब्दी के आसपास इंडोनेशिया की तरह यहाँ के अन्य क्षेत्रों पर इस्लाम का प्रभाव पड़ा, परंतु भारतीय संस्कृति की अमिट छाप यहाँ बनी रही। जैसे कि इन मलेशिया रामायण is called as Hikayat Seri Rama, which means the chronicle of great Ram. The word Hikayat comes from Arabic meaning stories. The story of Rama was Islamicized by 16th century when Hindu and Buddhist influence waned in this part of Southeast Asia. Although the dominant religion of this region had changed, but their culture didn't. रामायण के इस मूल पाठ का परिवर्तन यहाँ के मुस्लिम राज दरबारों के लिए किया गया. Who were still conservative enough to like the old Hindu epic. The script of this text was Arabic, in which Allah replaced the Hindu Trinity. And King Dashratha is shown as great grandson of Prophet Adam. It is somewhat similar to the Mapila Ramayana of Malabari Muslims of Kerala, where Rama gives lessons on Sariyat to a character named Fatima. The Malay adaptation also differs from original Valmiki Ramayana, as it is more sympathetic towards the King Ravana. But still ये Malay literature का एक अभिन्न अंग है that teaches righteousness and the victory of the good over evil. The Philippines is yet another important country of maritime Southeast Asia, where the story of Ramayana is called as Maharadhya Lavana, that is named after King Ravana, who has 8 heads in this version. This Filipino version has been localized by the indigenous Merino people, which is based on Javanese and Malay renditions. रामायण के संस्करण में यहाँ के देश, काल और पात्रों की छाप देखते ही बनती है. For example, the Arangan is a collection of poems proclaimed as the masterpiece of oral and intangible heritage of humanity in 2005 by UNESCO. It has many stories based on different episodes of Ramayana, like the folktale of the abduction of Princess Putri Gandingan by the Devtas of the kingdom of Bumbaran, who caused earthquake toppling the trees around her in order to block the path of Prince Bantungan, who was there to rescue her, which is very similar to Janki Haran by Ravana, and her subsequent liberation by Rama, who crossed Ram Setu across the sea with his army. This story is retold even today through Sinkil dance, where the dancers nimbly avoid click-clacking bamboo poles that represent trees. There is another group of Ifugao people in Philippines who have a chanting tradition called Hudhud. इन कविताओं के कई छंद महाराधिया लावना से प्रेरित हैं, जिनका वे धान की खेती के समय गायन करते हैं. While reading different traditions of Southeast Asia, I found many similarities with that of Northeast India. Like in the state of Mizoram, there is a folk dance called Chero, similar to the Sinkil dance of Philippines. Before the arrival of Christianity to the Lushai Hills, Mizo people practice animism with a great oral tradition. One of their folktales is similar to Ramayana.
Kena and Rama are twin brothers. They grow up, and while out hunting one day, they accidentally injure the daughter of a god. They must compensate by working in the god's household for 3 whole years.
According to their folktale, Rama and his brother are subscribed to the creation of rice plant. However, these cultural similarities between the Mizos and Filipinos in the form of their traditional dance and oral tradition is a mere coincidence or not, that can't be established at this point of time, as there is no studies has been done so far. If anything such come up in future, I'll make another updated video. Well, coming back to the topic, in Cambodia, Ramayana is called as Ramakir, which is very close to Valmiki's Ramayana than other Southeast Asian editions, as it was bought by Indian traders who established the kingdom of Funan, the first powerful Indianized state. रामायण की इस रचना में राम और सीता को प्रिय राम और नियांग सीता कह के संबोधित किया गया है. It also includes some unique episodes that are not found in original Ramayana, like the encounter of Hanuman and Swarnamacha, who was the mermaid daughter of Ravana. Like in India, Cambodians also love the character of Hanuman, but here he is shown as one who plays the mind game and outwit the female characters, which many Indians would feel strange and unusual. As per this version, After passing the fire test, Sita took the asylum in sage Valmiki's ashram instead of reuniting with Rama. आज भी अंकोर वट के मंदिरों में रामायण के कई प्रसंगों के चित्र और आकृतियाँ देखने को मिलती हैं. This Cambodian rich heritage has been transmitted and survived from generation to generation, even during the conflict years of Khmer Rouge regime. Lakhon Khol is a traditional dance of Cambodia based on Ramakir, which is performed by males wearing masks, accompanied by conventional orchestra and meditational recitation. The participation of the villager in its annual performance is impressive, who are mainly involved in the agriculture and other allied activities. They pray to the deities during this event for happiness, prosperity and good rain for their harvest. खमेर राज्य के पतन के बाद पड़ोसी थाई राजवंश ने रामायण की संस्कृति को जीवित रखा. वो called this epic as Ramakyan, meaning glory of Ram. Ayodhya, the capital of old Siamese kingdom, it's named after Rama's Ayodhya. The older versions of Ramakyan were lost during the Burmese invasion. बाहरी आक्रमण के चलते थाई राजवंश को अपनी राजधानी बैंकॉक स्थानांतरित करनी पड़ी. In the year 1782, Thai monarch Prabhuddha Yudhwa Chulaloke founded the Chakri dynasty, who called himself descendant of Lord Ram and thereby adopting title Rama first. It is said that due to the tragic loss to the Thai literary work, the king himself supervised in the compilation of the recent edition of Ramakyan. It is mainly based on Valmiki's Ramayana, Vishnu Puran and Hanuman Natakam. Due to its mass appeal among the people, it has now become the national epic of Thailand. बैंकॉक के एमरल्ड बुद्ध विहार में भी रामाख्यान की सुंदर प्रस्तुति देखने को मिलती है. In Thailand, this masterpiece is not just the part of the elementary education, but also form the basis of all form of dance and dramas. For example, Khon is a classical dance which is performed by non-speaking Thai dancers with elaborate costumes and masks, while the narration is done by a chorus on one side of the stage. Another such example is Nang, a form of ancient shadow puppetry from Thailand that tells stories from different episodes of Ramayana. इसके अतिरिक्त थाईलैंड का सुप्रसिद्ध मार्शल आर्ट मुए थाई भी रामायण के हनुमान से प्रेरित है. जिसके अभ्यास का प्रारंभ वे गुरु वंदना से करते हैं. The gurus of this art are called Vaikuru. This tradition is common in both Cambodia and Thailand, where these wrestlers tattoo their body with Hanuman Yantra. भारत और थाईलैंड के मध्य म्यांमार में भी रामायण यामा जद्दाओ के नाम से सुप्रसिद्ध है, which is based on a Jataka story, as many of the Burmese are the follower of Theravada Buddhism. According to the Dashrath Jataka story, Rama was a bodhisattva born to King Dashratha, and Buddha was Rama in his previous life. The earliest version of Ramayana reached Myanmar by Indian traders. 1st century AD onwards, many city-states were formed by ancient Pyu people in the Irrawaddy basin. These people worship Hindu gods. Thus, one of their cities named Baekthano is named after Vishnu's Vaikuntha. The nearby city of Tuangvingai was also called Ramvati or the city of Rama by these people. But more research are required on Pyu people and their history. While this is widely accepted that Ramayana is a part of a oral tradition in Myanmar, traced back to the old Bagan period, transmitted from the Indian state of Assam, Bengal and Manipur over a period. Like other kings in India, King Gyanjit of 11th century also claimed to be the descendant of Lord Vishnu and a distinct relative of Rama. इसी समय के अभेदान टेम्पल एंड नाथुलांग मंदिर में राम और हनुमान समेत अन्य देवी देवताओं के विग्रह उपस्थित हैं. But their current version is heavily influenced by their Thai counterparts. Many dancers, artists and musicians were brought from Siamese kingdom when Kongbung dynasty of Burma sacked Thai capital of Ayodhya. Mayawati Mingi Usha, the famous artist and poet, converted the story of Rama into Burmese classical drama. The use of exuberant, aerobatic and highly stylized form of dance and ornate costume make it unique among the other Southeast Asian forms. इसके मंचन के समय बर्मी शास्त्रीय संगीत का वादन भी होता है, जिसे महागीता भी कहते हैं. Some of their songs are also based on Ramayana. Different episodes of Ramayana is also well depicted in the famous Burmese silver metalwork. The artwork found on these Burmese bowls are very similar to that are found in eastern coast of India. The performance based on the Rama Jadda was not just for the mere entertainment but also teaches many life lessons. The character of Rama and Sita embodies the virtues revered in the Burmese society. Laos is the only landlocked country in Southeast Asia which has its own form of Ramayana called Pralak Praram. Many Lao people believe that their country is named after Rama's son Lava. Like Myanmar, Lao version 2 based on Dashrath Jataka. They also believe Rama is the epitome of moral leadership and a true believer of Dhamma, जो कि शाक्यमुनि बुद्ध के पूर्व जन्म के अवतार हैं. While Ravana is the form of demon Mara who tried to impede Buddha's ascent to enlightenment. As it is inspired by the Jataka story, it is also called Praram Sadok. This Lao version is majorly influenced by its powerful neighbors like Thais and the Khmers, but still it has been heavily localized. One can get the local touch in this version of Ramayana as they came across with many regional figures, names and geography. फॉर एग्जाम्पल इस क्षेत्र में चंपा के फूल बहुतायत में पाए जाते हैं, जिसे स्थानीय लोग दुग चंपा भी कहते हैं. इट इज़ द नेशनल फ्लावर ऑफ लाओस यूज्ड टू वेलकम द गेस्ट. द डांसर्स ऑफ द रॉयल बैले ऑफ लुआंग प्रबांग, who are mostly females, include the flower of champa in their costume during their performance. These performances are mainly done along the banks of river Mekong, which is sacred to the people like Ganga is for Indians. They call this river as Mother of Waters. According to a Lao folktale, one day Sita wanted to eat mushrooms from Lanka and asked Hanuman to bring it for her, but was not able to tell him which mushroom she wanted. Thus Hanuman decided to uproot the entire mountain from Lanka and bring it to the Lao Prabang area in Laos. Today this region is called Mount Fosi, which has a great religious significance. Although the many palm leaf manuscripts were lost due to the hot and humid weather, but it has still survived in the form of oral tradition called Mor Lam. The Lao was a French colony which got its independence in 1953. They built the monument called Patu Shai in the memory of its martyrs who fights for its independence. Patu Shai is made up of two words, Patu and Shai, which means gateway of victory. In this tower as well one can find many relief artworks. The prominent among them are the sculptures of Vishnu, Brahma, Indra and other gods from Hindu epic Ramayana. The last country in our list today is Vietnam. Although it don't have any regional version of Ramayana, but still many Vietnamese have been influenced by the story of Rama directly or indirectly. जिनमें से प्रमुख उत्तर और पूर्व में दाई वियत, दक्षिण में खमेर और मध्य वियतनाम के चंपा जनसमूह हैं. The Cham people were mostly Shaivites who formed the kingdom of Champa in the 2nd century AD. Their kingdom was also called as Nagar Champa, that was named after champa flowers. As in the neighboring country of Laos, here too champa flowers are widely available. The Cham people were skilled seafarers who controlled the maritime route between India, China and Indonesia. That is why so-called South China Sea was once called Champa Sagar or the Sea of Cham people. भगवान शिव के इन उपासकों ने कई शिवलिंगों का निर्माण कराया, जिनमें से एक त्राक्यू नामक ग्राम का एक शिवलिंग यह भी है. And the platform on which this Shivlinga is placed depicts many episodes from Ramayana. Apart from this, a 7th century stone inscription has been found in which Champa king Prakash Dharman praises sage Valmiki, the author of Ramayana. A temple is also dedicated to him in the Mysore sanctuary. इसी के निकट क्वांगमाई के मंदिर हैं, जिसे स्थानीय लोग टेम्पल ऑफ नॉटी मंकीज भी कहते हैं. As many bas relief sculptures have been found associated with Vanar Sena and other characters from Ramayana, but most of this magnificent temple lie in ruins and were abandoned during the Vietnam War. Due to the heavy bombing of this place, Cham people were forced to move further south or towards hinterland. The southern Vietnam was once part of a Khmer Empire. Thus many people of Khmer ethnicity also live here. Like Cambodians, they also call Ramayan as Riemke. The famous dance and drama here called Robam Yak, where Hanuman and Ravana are the main characters. In this play, the role of an elderly woman is also very significant, who play the role of an intermediary between the two. While the mountainous northern Vietnam was part of a Sinosphere with a very less Indian influence, as geographically it is very close to the southern China. Despite this, the Dai Viet people gave a very tough time to the Han Chinese advances. The cultural influence of Chinese people on this region is very noteworthy. Among them is the story of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, who is widely worshipped by the Dai Viet people. चीनी उपन्यास द जर्नी टू द वेस्ट के अनुसार मंकी किंग सन वुकोंग बौद्ध तीर्थयात्री हुएंगजांग की भारत यात्रा में सहायता करते हैं. Some sinologists believe that the character of Sun Wukong is inspired by Hanuman. Thus we can say that Hanuman, who is the messenger of Ramayana and its philosophy, is part of a larger Vietnamese culture from north to south. In Central Highland he is a naughty monkey, in south he is a main protagonist, and in north he is a monkey king. While concluding the today's video, I want to add that the non-Han people from southern Chinese province are genetically, culturally and geographically close to the Southeast Asia. Thereby share many similarities with them. For instance, the Ramayana version from Yunnan in the Tailu language called Rangkasipur. Like Southeast Asia, this region has also many Indian influence as it lies in the important overland Silk Route that will be discussed in the upcoming videos. Write your thought, feedback and suggestions about this video in the comment section below, and also write from which part of the world you are watching it. Do like and subscribe this channel for more such updates. Thanks for watching. See you next time.